Welcome to Va-Dor's Touch of Jewish History with featuring the story of Mel Brooks tonight. I have a lot of material for you, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. I'll first give you a little bit of background in a little discussion. Mel Brooks was born Melvin James Kaminsky on a tenement kitchen table on June 28, 1926, 99 years ago, in Brownsville, Brooklyn, to Kate Brookman and Max Kaminsky, and grew up in Williamsburg. His father's family were German Jews from Danzig, north of Poland. His mother was a Ukrainian Jewish immigrant from Kiev. He had three older brothers, Irvin, Lenny, and Bernie. His father died of tuberculosis of the kidney at age 34 when Brooks was only 2 years old. Brooks took his stage name from his mother's maiden name of Brookman, and Mel began his career as a comic and a writer for Sid Caesar's variety show, Your Show of Shows, in 1950 to 1954. There he worked with Neil Simon, Woody Allen, Larry Gilbert, and Carl Reiner. With Reiner, he co-created the comedy sketch The 2,000-Year-Old Man and released several comedy albums. Brooks received 5 nominations for Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album, finally winning in 1999. He created the hit satirical spy NBC television comedy Get Smart in 1965 to 1970 with Buck Henry. Brooks won the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay for The Producers in 1967. He then rose to prominence, directing a string of successful comedy films such as The 12 Chairs, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, Silent Movie, High Anxiety, and then he made History of the World Part 1, Spaceballs, Life Stinks, Robin Hood Men in Tights, Dracula, Dead and Loving It. A musical adaptation as his first film, The Producers, ran on Broadway from 2001 to 2007. It earned Brooks 3 Tony Awards. The project was remade into a musical film in 2005, and he wrote and produced the Hulu series History of the World Part 2 in 2023. Brooks has been married twice, first to Florence Baum from 1951 to 1961, when their marriage ended in divorce. Mel and Florence have 3 children, Stephanie, Nikki, and Eddie. Brooks was then married to actress Anne Bancroft from 1964 until her death in 2005. Their son, Max Brooks, is an actor and author. In 2021, Mel Brooks published his memoir titled All About Me. 3 of his films are included on the American Film Institute's list of the top 100 comedy films of the past 100 years, 1900 to 2000, all of which were ranked in the top 15, Blazing Saddles at number 6, The Producers at number 11, and Young Frankenstein at number 13. Mel is the recipient of numerous accolades. He's one of 21 entertainers to win the EGOT, which includes an Emmy, an Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. He received a Kennedy Center honor in 2009, a Hollywood Walk of Fame star in 2010, the AFI Life Achievement Award in 2013, a British Film Institute Fellowship in 2015, a National Medal of Arts in 2016, a BAFTA Fellowship in 2017, and an Honorary Academy Award in 2024. We have over 70 minutes of videos for you tonight, so I hope you'll bear with me. There's some really great and special ones. I couldn't take away from those. There's just really some good ones. The first one that I'm going to be showing you it talks about his tragic life, but I don't think he had much tragedy in his life. So on with the fun and comedy. And
Funny Man Mel Brooks' career has spanned 8 decades. He's an icon of comedy on both stage and screen. But alongside his many successes has come failure on both personal and professional levels. This is his tragic real-life story. Mel Brooks came into the world on June 28, 1926, as Melvin Kaminsky, the youngest of 4 boys born on a kitchen table in his parents' Brooklyn tenement apartment. While many comedians had terrible childhoods and used comedy as a way to seek attention, Brooks was the opposite. According to the biography, It's Good to Be the King, The Seriously Funny Life of Mel Brooks, he was used to being the baby of the family and constantly showered with love. Well into adulthood, he felt a need to be at the center of attention at all times. This attitude is clear in one of Brooks' most famous interviews for Playboy in 1975. He rarely answered a question without making a joke, that is, until he was asked about his father, Max Kaminsky, who died of tuberculosis of the kidney when young Melvin was only 2 years old. During the interview, he talked about the intimacy of male relationships in his movie Blazing Saddles. As he explained, "I can't tell you what sadness, what pain it is to me never to have known my own father. If only I could look at him, touch his face, see if he had eyebrows. Maybe in having the male characters in my movies find each other, I'm expressing the longing I feel to find my father and be close to him." In that 1975 Playboy interview, Brooks also revealed that he and most of the other Jewish kids in his neighborhood didn't swim because they would get picked on by other kids. If they did go to the pool, they had to travel in packs to protect themselves. Even in his predominantly Jewish neighborhood, he was, in his own words, scrawny. But he found another way to make himself valuable. As he put it, "Why should they let this puny kid hang out with them? I gave them a reason. I became their jester. Also, they were afraid of my tongue. I had it sharpened and I'd stick it in their eye." Brooks' humor was inspired by feeling marginalized as a Jewish kid in America and by the long-suffering history of the Jewish people. He often felt that he couldn't get the girl because he wasn't tall enough or blonde enough. And when it came to the legacy of Jewish mourning, he wanted to respond to it with laughter instead of tears. As he told Playboy in 1966, "If your enemy is laughing, how can he bludgeon you to death?" Mel Brooks and his 3 older brothers all served in World War II. Brooks himself was anti-war, but he felt determined to fight because he thought this war was just. He wanted to defend the Jewish people against Adolf Hitler and the Nazi regime. But ironically, though Brooks joined the army to fight anti-Semitism, he often endured that same prejudice from his fellow soldiers, who would call him by an ethnic slur. During a 2001 appearance on 60 Minutes, he discussed getting even with Hitler. As he explained, "You have to bring him down with ridicule, because if you stand on a soapbox and you match him with rhetoric, you're just as bad as he is. But if you can make people laugh at him, then you're one up on him." Before Brooks made a career out of making fun of Hitler, he did his best comedy while serving in the army. He would play the music of Jewish singer Al Jolson over a loudspeaker while the Germans played their propaganda.
And at the end of my song, I heard, was this gemacht? I heard a little applause.
Being a Jewish American fighter came with an additional potential risk if you ended up captured. When Brooks's brother Lenny had to bail out of his plane, he took off his dog tags because they had an H for Hebrew on him, out of a fear that he could get sent to the concentration camps. Brooks got his start in comedy at age 14 by working as a drummer, which led to the decision to change his last name because Kaminsky was too long to fit in writing on the drum. One night, while playing in the Catskills, he subbed in for another comic who had fallen ill. He was sweaty and unsteady, but he found a way to make the audience laugh. Then, while he served in World War II, he used his comedic and musical sensibilities to entertain the troops. It wasn't until the 50s that he got his first steady job in comedy as a writer on Sid Caesar's Your Show of Shows. But while it was a plum gig, it also brought with it a lot of anxiety. In his 1975 Playboy interview, Brooks described his contributions to the show as full of, quote, energy and insanity. He felt tremendous pressure as one of the funniest writers of the time. When the topic of mental health came up in the interview, he revealed, I started having acute anxiety attacks. I used to vomit a lot between parked Plymouths in Midtown Manhattan. Sometimes I'd get so anxiety-stricken I'd have to run because I'd be generating too much adrenaline to do anything but run or scream. Eventually, Brooks sought out therapy, which helped him calm down and grow up. Mel Brooks met his first wife, Florence Baum, on Broadway when she was a dancer in the musical Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. They married in November 1953 and went on to have 3 children together, Stephanie, Nicholas, and Edward. After Your Show of Shows was canceled, Brooks continued to work with Sid Caesar on his next show, Caesar's Hour. At this time, he was more focused on his career and hanging out with his coworkers than he was on spending time with his family. He had a hard time adjusting to marital life and often worried that he would embarrass his wife with his boisterous behavior. After the cancellation of Caesar's Hour in 1957, Brooks endured a long lull in his career as he found himself an unemployed husband and father of 3. In 1960, wanting to escape his situation, he moved in with a friend in Los Angeles. Upon his return to New York the following year, he discovered that Mom was suing him for illegal separation. He later admitted, "We married too young." In 1961, Brooks was newly single and still looking for work when he met actress Anne Bancroft. She was a 2-time Tony Award winner, and he knew how to make her laugh. They got married in 1964. Soon after, he had a breakout success when he co-created the TV show Get Smart, which premiered in 1965. But his real dream was to work in film. So he wrote the screenplay for the producers, and he knew that he'd have to direct it to keep his vision intact. But all the major studios laughed at his intention to make a comedy about Hitler. He eventually secured financing from a producer named Joseph Levine. But the film was ultimately met with tepid box office numbers and some harsh reviews, although Brooks did win an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. In a 2019 interview with USA Today, Brooks discussed some of the least friendly reactions he received about the producers. Rabbis wrote letters to him, expressing disappointment in him as a Jewish person for writing a comedy about Hitler. So Brooks wrote all of them back to explain his theory about the power of using humor as a means of humiliation.
Don't be stupid, be a smarty. Come and join the Nazi party.
Despite winning an Oscar for the producers, nobody saw Mel Brooks as much of a success at that point in his career. His next film, 1970's The 12 Chairs, had an even smaller budget, and it had to be shot in Yugoslavia. As Brooks recalled to Playboy in 1975, "When I went to Yugoslavia, my hair was black. When I came back 9 months later, it was gray." One time during shooting, he got so angry that he threw his director's chair into the Adriatic Sea. Afterwards, the entire crew went on strike. According to the cinematographer, they did so because Yugoslavia was a communist country, and they were unhappy that he threw the chair because it was technically public property. The 12 Chairs ultimately wound up playing at only a few art house theaters. Nevertheless, to this day, Brooks insists that it's his favorite film. Afterwards, he began working on the script for Blazing Saddles, which would go on to become a huge hit and an enduring comedy classic. As he recalled to Playboy in 1975, "It was designed as an esoteric little picture. I had no idea Middle America would see it."
Excuse me while I whip this out.
After the twin successes of Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein in 1974, Brooks became a major power player in Hollywood. But then his career seesawed in the following years. He enjoyed mild success with his next film, 1976's Silent Movie, but then he had another flop the next year with the Alfred Hitchcock spoof High Anxiety. He didn't have another hit until 1981's History of the World Part 1, and then not again after that until Spaceballs in 1987. Between those two, he was an executive producer on a disastrous sci-fi film called Solar Babies, which he claimed made him go broke. After the movie's release in 1986, Brooks was in a dark place because he was in so much debt. As he recalled in an interview on the podcast How Did This Get Made, "I'm practically ready to jump off a roof, you know? I mean a roof like the Empire State Building. I'm ready to go." Solar Babies initially had a $5 million budget that eventually grew all the way to $23 million. Brooks was the one on the hook to find all that extra money, which included taking out a second mortgage on his home. Ultimately, the film made less than $1 million at the box office and was panned by critics. Mel Brooks and Anne Bancroft always seemed like an unlikely Hollywood couple. Nevertheless, they managed to stay together through thick and thin for over 4 decades. While they were dating, she won an Oscar for her portrayal of Anne Sullivan in The Miracle Worker. But it was her role as Mrs. Robinson in 1967's The Graduate that truly made her an icon. When Brooks and Bancroft met in 1961, they were both in the process of leaving their first spouses. Neither of them was yet a household name, but their careers were moving right along. They had a son named Max in 1972, and they remained happily married until Bancroft died of uterine cancer in 2005. Max, who would grow up to be a successful writer himself, spoke about his parents during a 2019 episode of CBS This Morning.
It was only later when I got out into the world I realized that most people are not as animated and most people are not as funny.
Mel Brooks met his longtime comedy partner Carl Reiner when they were both working on Your Show of Shows. During that time, they came up with the character of the 2,000-year-old man as a joke that they would tell each other for fun. Then it became a comedy routine that they performed at parties, and after that, they recorded the act for 5 comedy albums that they produced between 1960 and 1997, even earning them a Grammy in 1998. In a 2020 interview with The Guardian, Reiner recalled a first meeting Brooks. "I thought, who is this guy? This guy is the funniest single human being on the planet."
For about 2.5 hours, Mel and I ad-libbed, cut it down to 47 minutes, and the 2,000-year-old man was more.
Brooks and Reiner's friendship lasted 70 years, longer than either man was married. They vacationed together with their families and spurred each other on as they both directed some of the biggest comedy movies of the 70s and 80s. Later in life, they spent almost every day together at each other's homes watching TV and making jokes. When they couldn't see each other in person during the coronavirus pandemic in 2020, they got on the phone while watching Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune at the same time. That June, Reiner passed away of natural causes at the age of 98. As Brooks told The Guardian that year, "I don't think I've ever had a better friend than Carl." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about your favorite stars are coming soon. Subscribe.
That was a brief overview. So the next one I have for you is an interview on the Dick Cavett Show, and it's 1970.
So when you did your act now, are you serious about that? Did you actually get out and do the jokes and the impressions and the whole thing that comics do when they're on?
I try to do different things, you know. I really try to break out. I used to do impressions that were weird, like I do Humphrey Bogart's sister. You know, it was strange.
Ooh, no one else does that.
Susan Bogart. Should I do a little Susan Bogart?
How many people want a little? I think I know. All right.
Well, Humphrey is he's doing very well. He's making a lot of money. We're not worried about him. He's fine. He doesn't send too much money home. We'd like to see $1 from his wake, but we think he's terrific. He's left an impression on our family we'll never forget. It's a blue mark on my back. Would you like to see it?
No, I wouldn't care about that.
Then I used to do James Cagney's aunt, Hilda Cagney. She went like this. She went like this. Hilda Cagney. Jimmy never, he was always, what can I tell you? I mean, he was always nice in the house, never trouble, you know what I mean? Always gentle, always terrific. He never brought a penny in the house, I'll say that. He never sent any money home, but we don't care. God bless him. Let him do his thing, you know what I mean? He's very short. God bless him.
That's uncanny.
Hilda Cagney, right.
I'd swear that his sister was sitting here now, the way you did that. It was just wonderful.
Don't swear to her.
Really, it was good. Did you do the singers? Oh, you know what? I've been asked to try to coax you to do Sinatra sometime. I'm told that you do.
Oh, I have a
Frank
cigarette. It's easy.
That's it? You're doing it now?
I used to do an impression a long time ago, Frank Sinatra's impression of America the Beautiful. I mean, how Frank would kind of wing it, you know.
Oh. Well, we surprise you with a little stool over there. You could use our stage.
You mean really get out and sit on the stool? Okay.
If you would.
Frank Sinatra, America the Beautiful. Got it? Okay. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the tutti frutti plain. Ooh, America, hey, America, God shed his grace on thee and sort of kind of crown my girl with a big fat gang of motherhood. From C Scooby-Doo to See, shooby-doo. Well, you know the tag. That's... You have more than a modicum of taste. You're a very smart, good audience. You're all... Thank you.
Listen.
I have parked outside a 38 maroon Buick. I want to see you all in the back of the car after the show. I have a couple of parliaments in a glove compartment. Take a few. Relax. We'll go to a bar. We'll talk.
I hope you enjoyed that one. So the next one I have for you is some of his best parts of his films that he created.
Moses, this is the Lord thy God commanding you to obey my law. Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, I hear you. A deaf man could hear you.
What?
Nothing, Gonish, forget it. Oh, Lord, why have you chosen me? What would you have me do for you?
I shall give you my laws, and you shall take them unto the people.
Yes, Lord! Wow. Lord, I shall give these laws unto thy people. Hear me! Oh, hear me! All pay heed! The Lord Jehovah, has given unto you these 15... Wait. 10 commandments for all to obey.
What are we gonna do? We're trapped!
Hey, who's that? Look what he's done! Oh my God!
Oh, what a wonderful man!
Wow.
Let's go, America!
And keep him up. You son of a bitch, you bastard! An old man, they don't let you live, they don't let you breathe! Chalez of the cup now, finster than you, son of a bitch!
Right here, love it, random adventure.
Occupation?
Stand-up philosopher.
What?
Stand-up philosopher. I coalesce the vapor of human experience into a viable and logical comprehension.
Oh, a bullshit artist. Did you bullshit last week?
No.
Did you try to bullshit last week?
Yes.
All right, take all these rejects over the Coliseum, sell them for lion bait.
No! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! What is this with lions? I can't go to the lions. I cannot go to the lions. Oh no, because I happen to know that the lions only eat Christians. And I am a Jew. Jewish person. Yes, I can prove it. Watch this. Look at it. Hava, Nagila, Hava, Nagila, Hava, Nagila, Nishwa. Everybody. Hava, Nagila, Hava, Nagila, Hava, Nagila, Hava. Wait, listen, I'm Jewish, I'm telling you. Call the temple. Call the rabbi. Call the Samus Davis Jr. Call Samus. He'll vouch for me. He and I are tight. He knows. Jewish, huh? He missed. I jumped and he missed. It was his first day on the job. He was very nervous. Look, I got an appointment for Thursday. 11 o'clock, I go in, they give me a local, but I'm out.
Before this night is over, one of you shall betray me 3 times.
No. Master, how can you feel that anyone here would betray you? You who we would follow even unto our death.
Yes. Does everybody want soup?
Please, we must talk. This may be our last supper.
Hey, it's my first order. Oh, look, one little question, I'll let you all go. Are you all together, or is it separate checks?
Please, go away. Go away.
All right, okay.
Yea, so you say. But one who sits amongst us has already betrayed me this night.
Who?
Who can it be?
Judas! Do you want a beverage? Try the mulled wine. It's terrific.
No! Leave us alone! Go!
All right. Jesus.
Yes.
What?
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 Yes.
Jesus.
What?
Yes.
What?
You said what?
What?
Nothing.
Telegram from the governor's office. The sheriff will be here at noon. Wonderful.
Lovely. Excellent.
Hey, Gabby, can you see him yet?
The sheriff's coming.
Ring out the church bells. Strike up the band.
Hey, the sheriff is a nick.
What did he say? The sheriff is near.
No, God blame it, dang blame it. The sheriff is a nick.
As chairman of the Welcoming Committee, it is my privilege to extend a laurel and hearty handshake to our new nigger.
The Petamine Thruway? Now what'll that asshole think of next? Is anybody got a dime?
I don't have a
Somebody's got to go back and get a shitload of dimes.
Qualifications?
Arson, armed robbery, mayhem.
Wait a moment. What have you got in your mouth? Chewing gum online, eh? I hope you brought enough for everybody.
I didn't know there was going to be so many.
Boy, is he strict. Gotta get in there close and find out what's happening. There's our ticket.
Hey, boys. Look what I got here.
Hey, where are the white women at? Yeah, that was pretty. I like that.
Qualifications?
Stampeding cattle
That's not much of a crime.
through the Vatican.
Kinky. Sign here.
Why, Rat, how many times have I told you to wash up after weekly cross burning? See, it's coming off.
Sir,
What?
are we being too literal?
No, you fool. We're following orders. We were told to comb the desert, so we're combing it.
Found anything yet?
Nothing yet, sir.
How about you?
Not a thing, sir.
What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
You heard of me?
Heard of you? Who hasn't heard of yogurt?
Yogurt the wise. Yogurt the all-powerful.
Yogurt the magnificent.
Please, please, don't make a fuss. I'm just plain yogurt.
But you're the one.
Yes, I am the keeper of a greater magic. A power known throughout the universe as the...
The Force?
No, the Schwartz.
Schwartz.
Yes, the Schwartz. But Yogurt, what is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Open up this door. Come, walk this way. Take a look. We put the picture's name on everything. Merchandising, merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made. Spaceballs the t-shirt. Spaceballs the coloring book. Spaceballs the lunchbox. Spaceballs the breakfast cereal. Spaceballs the flamethrower. The kids love this one. Last but not least, Spaceballs the doll. Me.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Cause what you got is what we need, and all we do is dirty deeds.
The next one is Johnny Carson from 1975.
I'm getting my Mel Brooks props ready here.
Am I right in recalling that wasn't Mel Brooks on the very first show that you did?
Mel Brooks was on the very first Tonight Show I ever did, October 1, 1962.
Joan Crawford, Mel Brooks.
Rudy Valley and Groucho Marx.
Groucho Marx.
And you cannot pick up a magazine today without seeing a wonderful profile of my next guest, whom I've known, it'll be a week Thursday.
Yeah. He looks best as an Indian.
What?
He makes the best looking
makes
Indian.
a fine Indian. And Newsweek said, has a cover story. It says, The Mad, Mad World of Mel Brooks. And about his latest film, Young Frankenstein, they said it was nuttier and funnier and more inspired than anything else been done in movies today. Would you welcome, please, the adorable Mel Brooks.
You know. Hello.
Come back, Shane.
Shane.
Shane,
Yes,
remember? Brandon D. Wild.
Brandon D. Wild, right?
Ran over the hill after
Alan Ladd.
Alan
right,
Ladd saying Shane.
Meat with fur on it.
Meat with fur on
it. Only good joke in the monologue. Only one.
That would appeal to your disturbed and distorted mind, right?
The guts. You have such guts. Guts. Your suits. Just everything you wear is so crazy, you know. Everything.
Well, what's wrong with it?
Your nose. Nothing is good, you know. You know, he's about 23. He makes up his hair all gray to look old, you know, to give an older appearance, you know, to look like a person, you know. He's a silly kid. He's just really a silly kid. I really love you. I really love you.
Well, you know, you keep saying...
I mean, I really love you.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Really, there's...
And I don't fall in love with guys, you know what I mean? I'm pretty tough myself. But every once in a while, a beauty comes along and...
It just clicks. Say, hey, that's for me.
You fall. What can you do?
You fall. How are you, mad genius? That's what they call you.
You know, the last time I wore this suit...
What?
I never wear a suit, but I don't like people coming on with Jewish stars and cross and everything. You know what I mean? They sit with chains.
Too much,
here,
yes.
You know? It's too much. And I hate 50-year-olds who desert their generation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Artie Shaw? Who's Artie Shaw? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They forget.
Sure.
You talk to people. You know, I'm 48. I'm going to be.
Am
49.
I older than you are?
Yes. What? Excuse me. Yes. No, I don't. I was born on June 28th in 1926.
Oh.
When were you born?
Why? Are you holding a party?
No, I'm just.
I see.
When were you born?
I'll come, you know that.
Yes.
You never call me. Every time I see you, I run into you maybe, once every 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And I see you and Annie walking around the street.
We don't go out.
Reading the marquees. You know.
No, but seriously, we never go out. We're like home buddies, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we hardly go. But if we did go out, you're the first person we'd go out with.
Okay.
But
October 23rd.
You were October, what year?
1925.
October 23rd, 1925.
Big 50 this year.
You're a Gemini. What the hell? I don't know what
Here, I even give you the date and you didn't know. Most people tell you without even asking the date.
You're a Presbyterian. What is
I'm a Methodist. Yes, I'm a Scorpio. I'm on the cusp.
You're a Scorpio.
Cusp.
One of them.
Ha! Scorpio.
That's right. Yaha, come here, little girl.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what they always say about Scorpios. Sexually maladjusted and, cool whip and a spatula. Get up.
Cool whip and a spatula. That's not you. That's not your image.
I know it's not.
You're a nice person.
That's right.
Except
Jiminy
once
Cricket.
in the
I told him,
parking lot.
what you said about my suit before I
Yeah,
came
well, you
out.
do look.
I look like Jiminy Cricket.
Wish upon... Don't do that, Pinocchio. Oh, Pinocchio, I'm ashamed of you.
What is it?
The National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. I went to Dinah Shore's bar mitzvah at the Emmys.
Right.
And that's the last time I
Still in the suit?
And Burt Reynolds made a wonderful speech.
Mm-hmm.
He loves her. He kisses her. He has half a mustache. He had smallpox when he was 3. And only half of him can grow a mustache. So he grows, this half he grows normal, nice, regular, beautiful. This half, they make one to, pow.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah, I swear.
Is this a Hollywood scoop?
No, I made it up.
I'm buying it. I'm sitting here like, really? I didn't know.
The only 2 guys I go out with is you and him. You know what I mean?
Well, that's as long as Bert's in there.
Can I have a sip of this?
Yes, please.
Little coffee that Ed has over there. The king lives.
Are you crazy on the air? Are you Meshuggah? I'm telling you, ladies and Jews, this... Plenty. You need plenty water after that.
Plenty water. Yeah, I saw your Young Frankenstein.
You were the one.
No, come on. You're making a fortune. What are you talking about?
It's doing.
People are queued up all over the country coming in it. It's a mad, crazy, nutty, funny I don't know what you call it, a takeoff or parody, because you follow the old Frankenstein pictures and story. It's a horror movie, too.
There was a director many years ago by the name of James Whale who made all those wonderful Frankenstein pictures. He made Frankenstein, The Bride of Frankenstein, The Son of Frankenstein, The House of Frankenstein, Frankenstein's Friend Murray. He made all those. And they were beautiful.
Yes.
And the moves and the look and the halos behind the ladies and the fear, and it wasn't like the Hammer films, with the little gory with the blood. He made classic beauty. Right. See, and so Frankenstein was to be a salute to James Whale as well as having fun with Mary Shelley's masterpiece.
And you had the original Frankenstein equipment.
Yes, we had Kenneth Strickfaden. Found him in Santa Monica in an alley, still with doing things to himself. We put him in a van.
And brought him
You can't take him in an open car, let's face it, you know what I mean?
Little curtains on it.
And we brought him, and he made up all the electrical.
It's a funny picture.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Why didn't you appear in that one? Now, you were in Blazing Saddles.
Too short for that.
Too short for?
It's for tall people. Monsters, big, tall, nice people. Zippers.
Would you like to be taller?
I would like to be taller, but I don't want to go through the expense of it. You know what I mean? It'd be too much money. Big investment.
And the period you have to stay home alone.
Yes, right. You have to stay home for 6 months.
That's right.
And, there's agony for the first week, the first week of the,
That's hardly worth it. Hardly.
And then if they don't set your ankles back again, right? Harry Rich, the rest of your life, Harry Rich.
I fell down at the picture. There's some, you shouldn't tell some of the things that happen in the picture because it tips it, right?
No, we won't. I don't think we should talk too much about Frankenstein. Let me say one thing about Young Frankenstein, and that is Gene Wilder.
He's a funny man.
Gene Wilder.
He is funny. Hiya, gorgeous. I don't know what he said.
We were in a lot of trouble, and you know this for a fact. We were in a lot of trouble when we did Blazing Saddles. We had 2 men ready to play the Waco Kid that Mr. Wilder, that Gene Wilder eventually played. Remember what I shoot with that hand. He was wonderful as the Waco Kid. He shot their guns out of their hands, and he was compelling and touching and funny. And he did it for me one night. We were talking to you about it. You said, "Oh no, I don't do movies. I'm no good." Remember that?
You did call me. You called me about that.
No, but I really love you, and I would love to do a movie with you.
I want to be a member of your stock company now. Now that you're a hit.
Yes, but they.
See, now that you're really rolling.
They get $1.75 a week.
$1.75.
That's why they're always there. They're dummies. Smart people. But anyway, Gene Wilder asked me about Young Frankenstein. He had an idea to do Young Frankenstein. And I said, we'll talk about it later, but I really owed him a big favor, and I began doing it as a favor. but the writing and the comedy and the fun, we put it all, it got very good. It began to get really, really good. And as we began shooting it, it got funnier and funnier. I could not believe that it would turn out good, because like, it's Jewish anxiety and guilt. I mean, how could you have such a good time? And what am I trying to do with Jewish anxiety and guilt? Jewish anxiety. Anyway, and it was wonderful. We were having a very good time, and I was afraid the picture would be a failure because we were just enjoying ourselves.
Are you more secure
But it was
now?
Gene. It was Gene.
Yeah. Are you more secure now?
I am. I'm very. Are you kidding? I get 200 a week from him. Are you telling us to break? We'll come back to. Was that what the piano was saying? Is that what it's saying? Why don't you wear a tie, Schmendrick? There's people out. All right. You're really wonderful with the race. What do they pay for that? I see that.
We're going to come right back.
I love that guy. He's a little gay, but wow, who cares? Who cares? We're right. He's a wonderful person. He's good. He's a church member. That's the most important. Who cares if he goes to those bars? Who cares? It's not our business. That tall one you went home with the other night, that's scary. The one with the little hair. The one with the blue hair, you know. Doc, please. I mean, you have a family. Have a little. Go in a closed car. What are you? Through the sliding roof of the
sunroof.
Oh, it was terrible.
We have to break away here for a second, but we're coming right back.
Hope you enjoyed some of that comedy. I have a scene from Blazing Saddles for you next. It's very short, and it's in Yiddish with English subtitles.
Schwarzes. No, seid nicht Meshuggah. Los im Gain! Kappa walk. It's all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Be gesinnt. Take off. Hast du gesehen in deinem Leben? They darker than us. Woof!
The next one I have for you is a very short piece from High Anxiety, the film. It's a little blurry, but it's funny. The next one is an interview from 1991, and interviewing Mel, of course. Yeah. Give me a second so I can move it forward.
Let's pump our energy level up here. Here we go. You can be as wacky as you want on this one. Okay? All right. What do you like on set, Mel? I mean, are you a normal, peaceful guy, or are you mercurial in that one minute you're serious and the next minute you're wild, or what?
Yeah, I like strawberry cheesecake and a beautiful girl wearing very little. I mean, I'm very easy to please. Very easy to please.
You're a pussycat.
Yeah. Meow. Oh, I thought we had one in the room.
Now, would everyone line up and say that Mel Brooks is just an easy guy to work with?
I am a monster. I am, to tell the truth, I hate to do this to you, but to tell the truth, I am a stickler for perfection. When I direct, everything must be absolutely perfect. Every line, every emotion, every look, every move, and I shoot for a long time till I get it. And I finally get it, and it's up there, and I'm very proud of it years later. So it's not an easy, happy, good luck, hail fellow, well met set. It's a hard-working set. We do love each other, though, and I usually go out to lunch with my actors. Very few directors do that. But I'm one of the actors. I'm also the producer. I have big fights with myself. When I ask for a raise, the producer in me says no, and the actor says I'm walking. Then the director says, wait, fellas, where are you going? I got to direct a movie. I mean, then I send myself flowers, and I say, oh, they're beautiful, and I make up, and I kiss myself, and I go back to work.
And then if you've gotten some bad lines, you have to fight with yourself about that?
I fight with the writer, and the writer says, you may not change them. And I say, I'm the director. I will change them. And I say, no, yes. And then a doctor comes, and
and packs me. He puts things through my ears into my brain, and I'm fine.
Now, you have a lovely co-star in this film, Leslie Ann Warren.
Yes.
Very talented, wonderful woman. Does Ann get a little shaky when you're out doing love scenes with this woman and dancing and doing lots of rehearsals and this kind of thing?
No. We've been married 27 years, so we more or less, understand each other, trust each other.
She lets you hug other women at work, in other words.
At work only. At work only. But the only way around that is to do 37 takes of a love scene. And then, by then you've had it, and it's fine.
You made one of the greatest movies, I think, of all time. It certainly ranks up there as my second favorite comedy. My first one being It's a Mad, 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 Mad World.
Oh, that's a great movie.
That's a special movie for me. But
Yeah.
Blazing Saddles has got so many classic scenes. What role does that movie play in your life?
Well, I can immodestly tell you that I think it's, it's one of the funniest movies ever made. I mean, nervy. It's a nervy movie. A lot of nerve. The black and white jokes, the bean scene. I mean, shame on me. Sometimes I watch it and I say, who allowed that guy to do that? It's amazing. And a little of that in life scares me too. But if you're not bold and you're not brave and you're not crazy, I mean, be a baker, make bread, slice it.
Those movies, Lifesteak and Blazing Saddles, have something in common in that you're dealing with racism subtly and not so subtly in Blazing Saddles, and you're dealing with a very serious issue, homeless, and you're not making fun of it, but I mean, I found myself touched, and I was probably more affected by this movie as looking at the homeless than I have been on these serious, news kind of things. I really felt something for those people down there.
Well, thank you for saying that, Jimmy. What we tried to do is do exactly that. We did not want to put the homeless center stage, so to speak. We put the comedy center stage. We put these arrogant billionaires, these idiots, center stage, and we put the homeless on the periphery, much like Altman did with MASH. He put the Korean War and all the horror of war on the side, and he centered on Elliott Gould and Donald Sutherland, and made for a pretty damn good movie.
When writing comedy, I know you did it for television. I mean, is every day a day that you can sit down and be funny, or you just have to, right when you get in the mood, you better start going?
Well, I really don't know how to write. I make M's like N's. I'm not sure whether a T is an I. Writing is hard, and what I do is I have a secretary, and I say it, and she writes it down. And it's great to have a secretary, because they're smart, and they know there are little words, there are big words, and then they put it together. But I can't write fast enough. So I have a tape recorder, and there's a stream of consciousness, and it all goes into the tape recorder. Then I give it to the secretary, and she says, "What is Poltern de Boom? Poltern de Boom." I said, I don't know what Poltern. She says, "Well, you said they all go into the Poltern de Boom and then make love." The Poltern de Boom. And then it turns out to be a word somewhere in the back of my head. But I mean, you do need somebody to translate you. It's important.
Do you like Mel the director better than Mel the actor, or Mel the actor better than the director, or who wins out?
To tell you the truth, you wear different hats at different times. Mel the writer at the beginning is the most important. In the end, he's the most important. He's the most supreme. Or you got it, or you ain't. Andreas Futsinas from the producers. He was the roommate of Christopher Hewitt. White, white, white is the color of our carpet. He's brilliant. He's Greek. He says, or you got it or you ain't, and it's true. The writer has a concept. It's either a great concept or it's a miss. Life Stinks, great concept. Fish out of water. Billionaire living with the bumps and derelicts and the homeless for 30 days. Great concept. It's Darwinian. It's Metamorphosis. It's Dickens. It's Charles Dickens. I mean, it's a great idea. Now, you take a year with very good writers, and you write the heck out of it. You write it eloquently and exquisitely and beautifully. Once you've got that script, that's a raft. You can hang on to that raft in the worst storms and tornadoes and hurricanes. That raft will support you. But then when you're finished with the writing, you put on the director's hat, and you are the supreme autocratic dictator boss. And never take no for an answer, and go for everything on that screen. Everything has to be good that ends up on that screen. After that, you're the producer. You put on that ad. You go out. You talk to the studio. I want 1,000 theaters. I want a great ad. I want great TV ads. I want this marketed properly. I want Jimmy Carter to interview Mel Brooks. And here you are. I thought you'd be different. Look, I don't want to do peanut jokes.
Listen, Mel, you better behave yourself right now. I won't pardon you.
That's great. I mean, you were forced into doing that impression, of course.
I certainly was, but not very hard.
I love it. I love it.
You were great in this movie in physical comedy. You gave some of the great faces. I mean, you must have inherited that from Sid Caesar or somewhere.
I got it
because he gives those great.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one you were going away in an ambulance.
Yes, I know.
And yeah, that insane. Yeah. I laugh now looking at it. It's great.
Harry Ritz. Remember the Ritz brothers, 20th Century Fox?
Oh yes.
They were all the Sonia Henney movies. Mm-hmm. They were on the ice. They used to fall down a lot. They couldn't skate. The Ritz brothers, very funny. They came from Brooklyn, from my neighborhood of Williamsburg. The Ritz brothers they could dance, they could sing, and they were genuinely funny. And Harry Ritz was the guy in the middle who made the eyes and did, and made all the faces. And he is the father of Jerry Lewis and Sid Caesar and myself and many great muggers, guys who know how to use their face for comedy, which is hard to do because there are a lot of guys around today, and they're very good actors, but they can't mug. They can't.
See, the mustache keeps me from mugging much.
Yeah.
I can do things to my face, but the mustache always keeps it down, and I think it helps if you don't have one.
But if you put sour cream on the mustache,
oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that would blend into your face and take away the hair, and you'd be fine. Then you could lick it off. You could even eat it if you were in trouble. You guys don't make a lot of money. A little sour cream could help out.
Thank you very much, Mel. I appreciate your interview, and life does stink.
Jimmy,
particularly if you're an ex-president, it stinks a lot.
This is the best interview I've ever done in my life, I swear.
Thank you very much. It's the best interviewee I've ever had in front of me.
No, I say this to everybody, but I want you to know you're very special. But I always say that to everybody,
but you're very
too.
special. Well,
yeah, I love you.
Thank you.
Thank
I love you too.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay.
Next one is Jay Leno with Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks doing 2,000 Men. Sorry.
My first guest, comedy greats. They've been involved with such television shows as shows Get Smart, The Dick Van Dyke Show, such films as Blazing Saddles, The Producers. They also did a comedy routine called The 2,000-Year-Old Man. They've decided to bring him back with a new book and CD called The 2,000-Year-Old Man and The 2,000-Year-Old Man in the Year 2000. Here now to introduce the 2,000-Year-Old Man. Please welcome Carl Reiner.
Where's the seat? There's a big seat. Where am I standing? There's a big seat. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you. Wait. I'm more excited than you are because I have the privilege to present to you a man who has come out to California for his bicentennial checkup. He is 2,000 years old, and he went to the Cedars-Sinai and the UCLA medical centers to find out why and is he still healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2,037-year-old man, please welcome him. Sir, I understand that you've been given a clean bill of health.
Yes, sir, a clean bill of health and a big bill for payment.
Yes, well, that's the way it is today.
They charge a lot of money in those
what
places.
is it? What is it that has kept you alive? What is the secret of your longevity?
I have been kept alive singing a song rolling along for 2,000 years by the help of garlic.
Garlic? Just garlic?
Garlic, yes.
Well, how could garlic do that?
Well, you know the scientific way how you die.
Yes.
The angel of death rings your bell. You let him in like a schmuck. He comes up to your apartment. He leans over. He gives you the kiss of death.
The kiss of death.
And he takes you away.
Yes.
Before I retire, I eat 1.5 pounds garlic. I chew it up. I leave a little bit under my tongue.
I see.
And I go to sleep. He comes in, he bends over to give me the kiss of death. I say, "Who is it?"
I see. Hey, he wouldn't want to kiss you.
Oh, yeah, you can hear it.
No.
I hear him mumbling on the way out, "I wouldn't kiss that guy for $1 million."
Nobody would. Now, sir, Mr. Leno gave us wonderful baskets of fruit backstage. Yes. I just had a plum, and I'm thinking...
I sold mine already.
Yes. I was
stage hands are always hungry.
Yes, I see. You sold your present for Mr. Leno.
$26, what the hell?
But it will pay off your medical bills. Now, sir, the plum. I was eating a plum, and I was saying, you probably know the origin of all words, like plum. Where does the word come from?
Onomatopoetica. What is it? A plum is plump. So they called it a plum. A plum. They took off the last P, became a plum.
A plum,
Lucky they didn't take off the first P, it'd be a lump.
Yeah, we're beating lumps. That's right.
That's what they call it.
What about the prune, which comes from the plum? Why do they call it a prune?
A prune, you have to be insane not to call it a prune.
Why?
Because it's not a Buick.
I see.
I mean, it's wrinkled. It looks
like a prune.
I mean,
I see.
So, I mean, everybody just called right from the beginning, that's a prune.
I see. Now, what did you sell your cheese?
Put them in water overnight, they get plum.
Again, and you got a plum. Now, you didn't sell your cheese tray. I just had a cheese tray. You didn't sell your cheese tray.
No, I kept the cheese.
Where did the word cheese come from?
Cheese came, it's a strange thing. In the land of Ur. Not you.
You are, right.
A farmer milked a cow, filled up a barrel, and forgot about it. 3 weeks later, he came by the barn, he said, "Oh, yeah," and he opened the thing, he went, "Geez, does that stink?"
Oh.
And people tasted the cheese that stink, and then all over the land of Europe opened cheeses that stink stores.
Oh, that's wonderful.
People would come in, they'd say, "Give me a half a pound of cheeses that stink."
And then they cut it down.
Little by little, they could, so long to say, they said, "Give me a pound of stink." No, they said, "Give me a pound of cheese." Yeah. They cut it down somewhere. I'm not sure exactly.
It's a tomato. Where did the word for tomato come from?
Oh, tomato! Don't ask me. It's very embarrassing.
Why? Why is it?
Well, it happened this way. I invented the word tomato.
You invented it?
Absolutely. I coined the word.
How?
I was walking down the street in Naples, Italy.
Yes.
With my 14th, 15th wife.
What was her name?
Aida.
Aida.
He always asks me.
Yeah.
So I looked, and coming the other way was such a gorgeous girl, I couldn't help myself. I just uttered without thinking. I said, "What a beautiful tomato." And my wife said, "Are you referring to that girl?" I said, "No, to the red thing she's eating. She happened to be eating a red thing."
Was it called a tomato?
No, from that day on, we kept calling it a tomato.
I see.
And I was very lucky that I didn't say the first thing that entered my mind.
What was that?
What a beautiful ass.
Oh.
Because to tell you the truth, there wasn't a donkey in sight.
Oh, you would have been in trouble.
I would have been in a lot
Sir,
of trouble.
would you love to meet our host?
Where is he?
Over there.
Oh.
How do you do, sir? Nice to meet you, sir. Sit down, gentlemen. Sit down. Take a break. You must be very tired.
I hope you're enjoying this. So the next is the AFI Awards in 2013, and they're talking about Mel winning the award, and the beginning is Sid Caesar.
New York City, Sid was the dominant comic genius around at the time. Everybody wanted to write for him. And in addition to his own personal talent, he had a great flair for surrounding himself with very good writers.
We had bona fide geniuses like Larry Gelbart in the writer's room. Neil Simon. You never heard him. He was very shy. Woody Allen came in for 2 seasons. I mean, there were better writers than I was, and I was pretty damn good.
I got to know Mel reasonably well on the show because we lived in the same neighborhood, so we used to walk home together every night after the writing sessions. He was full of great stories and anecdotes, and it turned out that, he was literate and well-read and, had a very refined side to him. You don't see that side when he's working.
You will give me the car. Will you get out of here? I'm a busy man.
I was invited to be a member of the Show of Shows, Max Liebman's office. Sid Caesar was there. This guy, Mel Brooks, was standing up. I didn't know who he was. I just came in to say hello to people, and he's a Jewish pirate. And he's complaining bitterly. He says, you know how hard it is to set sail today?
I can't sail anymore. The cloth, the sail cloth is $14 a yard. I can't afford to pillage and rape it. This is no good. And
the 2,000-year-old man was born the day after I saw Mel do that in the office.
So he came over to me with a wire recorder and set it down, and he said, ladies and gentlemen,
here is a man who was actually at the scene of the crucifixion 2,000 years ago. Isn't that true, sir? And first words out of Mel was, oh boy.
Yeah, oh boy, it was terrible.
So you knew Jesus? He says,
yeah, he came in the store. He had 12 guys with him. They all wore sandals.
They never bought anything out of a candy store. They always asked for water. I gave them water. Nice boys.
Did you know Joan of Arc? I went with her. I knew her. I knew her intimately.
So from 1950 to 1960 parties, every party we ever went to, people say, get up, fellas, get up. And we did it.
Well, sir, I must say that you really don't look 2,000.
Well, I take care of myself, sir.
Well, I know you do, but I think we'd all believe it more if you had some way to authenticate it. Do you have a birth certificate?
We didn't have that then.
You didn't have birth?
No, we didn't have. 2,000 years ago, we didn't have nothing. We didn't have ballpoint pens.
You didn't have...
We weren't even up to ink, darling.
Well, you didn't...
No, we had nothing.
You were primitive in those days.
We were primitive. We were atavistic. We were, what is the word I'm searching for? Dumb. We were very dumb, yes.
You knew.
Stupid.
The next one I have from you is Jimmy Kimmel. And Mel as a guest on the Jimmy Kimmel Show.
They send me to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. If you get a chance, don't go there. It's cold, it's flat, there ain't much to do. And they send me to Fort Sill, which is Field Artillery Replacement Training Center. F-A-R-T. So I never forgot that and used it to advantage.
That is Mel Brooks live at the Geffen. It will be, you can watch it for the very last time, January 31st on HBO.
You can watch it for the very last time, January 31st.
Yes, and they're only airing it once on HBO?
No, you can watch it for the very first time.
Also
January 31st.
January 31st.
And then HBO keeps it for a week or two, whatever they do. You know, they do with it.
But you want people to watch the
I got
first
over
one.
$400 to do. But they were very generous.
Is it okay if people DVR it and then watch it later, maybe even later in the week?
No, I don't like that. It's there. See it. Watch what the ratings. I hate that. There's a climate of excitement when something happens for the first time.
I agree with you.
You know, when I was a kid, when I was a little kid, we used to do these fireside chats. We heard FDR. Nobody ever VDR'd FDR. We heard him. We loved him.
That's true. Last time you were here,
this was a stupid idea. But,
I know.
But it's all right, I'm up with you.
And I'm in this ridiculous, I feel like I own a bird or something like that. Last time you were here, we talked a little...
Don't be funny.
Okay, I'm sorry. We talked about...
Are you high on pot, this audience? This is such a... You're really... Calm down. Oh, you're very excited. Calm down, you know?
I'm sure they have a good medical reason for being high on pot if they are indeed high on pot.
The last time you were here, we talked about Alfred Hitchcock, who is a person you knew. Our drummer is high on pot.
He's good. Drummers. I was a drummer in the Borscht Belt, and the comic got sick. So the owner of the hotel said, Melvin, M-E-L-B-M-N, that's what he, Melvin. Boy, you know that, the junk, you do the comedy, put the sticks down. I got on the stage, and I did impressions. The first impression I did was Frank Sinatra singing America the Beautiful. I mean, it's amazing.
I credited that because we already heard that. All right, so I'm going to skip over to, I have two more for you. Okay. This is the best of Mel Brooks.
Here I am. I'm Melvin Brooks. I've come to stop the show. Just a ham whose minus looks, but in your hearts I'll grow. Tell your gags, sing your songs, happy little nappy tunes that roll along. Out of my mind, won't you be kind and please love Melvin Brooks.
You were born in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I was born in Brooklyn.
So you lived in poverty?
My mother used to cash in milk bottles to help me go to the movies. Yeah.
That's good old-fashioned poverty.
Sir, I must say that you really don't look 2000.
Well, I take care of myself, sure.
Well,
We still weren't sure that it was for everybody, and that only Jews would like it. Cary Grant popped by, and I said, oh, I have a record I think you're going to like. And I gave him one of the records. He came back the following day, and he says, could I only have a dozen? He said, I'm going to England. He came back, and he said, she loved it. I said, who loved it? He's the Queen Mother. Went to Buckingham Palace, played the record. And I said to Mel, the biggest chicks in the world loved our record. We're in.
Yes, miss.
I've heard that you're married to the most beautiful woman in the world. Is that true, Mr. Brooks?
No, I'm married to Anne Bancroft. My beautiful wife, my gorgeous wife, Anne Bancroft.
A guy from way over on the other side of the theater said, hey, Anne Bancroft, I'm Mel Brooks. I want you to know that in 2 years, no man had ever approached me with that kind of aggression, you know, and people were very scared of me, especially men. My God, oh, what she must be, you know, this strange creature. And this aggressive voice came out from the dark, and I thought it would be a combination of Clark Gable and Robert Taylor and Robert Redford. Turned out to be Mel Brooks. And he never left me. From that moment on, he would say, where are you going? I said, I'm going to William Morris. He said, so am I. He said, where are you going? I'm going to that delicatessen. So am I. No matter where I said I was going, he said he was going there. I'm going to the Bonsoir tonight. So am I. It just went on and on. The man never left me alone. Thank God.
That you and Mr. Brooks have one of the great relationships.
Oh, I can't wait to get home and tell her.
Top
Oh,
my goodness.
Did you see that from the beginning?
Yes, I did.
Everything, how did I do? Was I good?
It's good to be the king.
When he came into your life, was he one that wanted to take care of you and protect you and put his arms around? Was that
Are
part
you
of...
kidding? I mean, he wanted to swallow me up. I said, you bet.
To be or not to be with my wife. That gave me, every day I liked her so much I couldn't get enough of her. And we did Sweet Georgia Brown in Polish.
To się topić, Sweet Georgie Brown. Daj całusa, poleć w busa, Sweet Georgie Brown.
The two of you, it's magical. You had no one's ever mentioned this to you?
No.
That there is this assumption?
Let me tell you something.
All right.
You know what magic is?
What?
Hard work.
Just what does hard work mean?
Well, hard work means that you have to be aware and you have to want to say, how are you? And really want to listen to what he's got to say. You can't just say, how are you? You know, and go off and do something else while he's telling you.
Yeah, right.
You really have to care and you have to be interested. And I think I am. I'm very interested in him. And he's, I hope, very interested in me.
And there's no greater joy than singing with my wife, Sweet Georgia Brown in Polish. It was really thrilling and very moving. We would hang out for 24 hours. And that was, you know, how many people could stand their wives for 24 hours? But I could cry now. It's easy. She was easy, let me tell you. She was fun. She was fun.
If you have one good friend, you're lucky. And I have one good friend. I call him my best friend. My life is fuller because I've had Mel in my life. If he doesn't come over, I don't know what to do with myself. He comes over every night.
Who's that? It's probably Seinfeld.
Hello? He became an entity, and that entity wrote some of the best and most memorable movies of all times. I mean, to this day, farting is okay because he wrote a movie called Blazing Saddles.
When I first heard the 2,000-year-old man, I was laughing so hard my father came into my room and turned off the record player. I never knew a person could be that funny. And from the very first time I heard that album, from that moment on, I said to myself, I can never, ever be a comedian. What is the point? So Mel Brooks didn't get me into comedy, he kept me away from it. I wasted years doing nothing because of him. No job, living at home, lying on the couch watching Shindig. My parents were beside themselves. They cried themselves to sleep every night. He killed them. He killed my parents, that little Jew bastard. Working with Mel on my show was one of the great thrills of my life. And that season was inspired by what was possibly the greatest comedic premise that anyone has ever dreamed up. The producers.
It's so simple. Step one, we find the worst play in the world, a surefire flop. Step two, I raise $1 million. A lot of little old ladies in the world. Step three, you go back to work on the books. Phony lists of backers, one for the government, one for us. You can do it, Bloom. You're a wizard. Step four, we open on Broadway. And before you can stay, step five, we close on Broadway. Step six, we take our $1 million, we fly to Rio de Janeiro. Rio.
I had a lot of nerve. I played President Scroob, which is almost Brooks backwards. It just misses, but it's almost Brooks backwards.
Shall I have Snotty beam you down, sir?
I don't know about that beaming stuff. Is it safe?
Oh, yes, sir. Snotty beamed me twice last night. It was wonderful.
All right, I'll take a shot at it. What the hell, it works on Star Trek. I really enjoyed the scene where they beam me up as Scroob, and they get things a little wrong, and then my head is turned around, and I'm looking down at my body, and I say, why didn't somebody tell me my ass was so big?
Hold on, sir. We'll try to reverse the beam.
I really enjoyed having fun with those cliches. I take your little thing, see? I put it into this little hole here, and nip the tip. Who's first?
My blanket, my blue blanket, give me my blue blanket. I'm sorry. I don't like people touching my blue blanket. It's not important. It's a minor compulsion. I can deal with it if I want to.
I hope this comes out right, but it's a little bit like sex. You know, when you meet someone and the chemistry is there, You don't know why, you don't know how, but it's there. I was in a play called Mother Courage by Bertolt Brecht, starring Anne Bancroft, whose boyfriend was Mel Brooks, and Mel came by to pick her up each evening after the show. And I was having trouble with one little section in the play, and he gave me tips on how to act Brecht.
Kept saying, why are they laughing? Because the chaplain is a great part. It's sad and funny. It's touching, and it can be amusing. So he said, why are they always laughing? They're always laughing at me. Why are they laughing at me? I said, look in the mirror. Blame it on God. You know?
And our last one, and thank you for staying with me. Our last one for the evening is, I can find it, Master Storyteller. And this is, the last one was 2019. This one.
Parker? Oh! Just to scare you. You still got it. It's good to be the king.
And may the Schwartz be with you.
With his ageless humor and sharp comedic insights,
The Lord Jehovah, has given unto you these 10 commandments for all to obey.
this master storyteller has definitely still got it.
Are you in trouble interviewing me?
Why should I be in trouble?
Because you don't talk about it. Infrastructure, you don't talk about it. You know.
This is a vacation for me. This is
right.
great. In his new memoir, All About Me, My Remarkable Life in Show Business, Mel Brooks, the legendary actor, producer, and writer, takes readers on the journey of a lifetime. Brooks began his career in television as a writer in 1950 on Sid Caesar's variety series, Your Show of Shows.
You can't even get a glass of water in a place like this. Water!
Tell me about Sid Caesar. Was he your big break?
He was my incredible golden door, my entry into show business at large.
You know, you say you became a writer when you were on Your Show of Shows, but we have this is a notebook here, Corporal Melvin Kaminsky.
You got my army.
Yeah, your army notebook, and you were writing back then.
I wrote on the way over. We went over in February the beginning of 1945, on a troop ship.
I wonder if your time in the service, is that the root of your fascination with Adolf Hitler?
It was fearful. That's a good word. You know, first of all, they attacked us, and we had no choice. But we were fighting for something good. We were fighting to preserve something wonderful, America.
The original title of the producers, Springtime for Hitler.
That was the original title. Couldn't have a better title, except Joseph E. Levine said a lot of the exhibitors are Jewish, and they've called me and said they're simply not going to put Hitler on the marquee. You got to come up with another title.
How can a producer make more money with a flop than he could with a hit?
Well, it's simply a matter of creative accounting. Let's assume, just for the moment, that you are a dishonest man.
Assume away.
Where did that idea come from, a hit that's made out of a flop?
I worked for a guy, you know, there were many producers that kind of hedged their bets. If a play cost $10,000 to produce, he would raise $11,000. And their only problem was they had to be careful. If they raised too much, then they couldn't, if it was a hit, they couldn't pay all the backers.
The Producers, Brooks' film directorial debut, won him an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay in 1969. More than 30 years later,
Never put your own money in the show!
he created The Producers Broadway musical, which won 12 Tony Awards. What have you failed at?
I've plenty. You never saw me in the mountains leaving the stage amid a chorus of boos. You know, when I was doing bad jokes, when I had not yet found my way, which was reality was my way. Tell the truth.
Always by Brooks' side, his wife and collaborator of over 50 years, actress Anne Bancroft, his co-star in the film To Be or Not to Be.
Sweet Georgie Brown.
She passed away in 2005.
Is this true that on one of your first dates with Anne, she had to slip you $20 under the table?
I didn't have any money, and I was dating Anne Bancroft, who was on Broadway in The Miracle Worker. So anyway, we were at a Chinese restaurant one night, and I said, I'm broke. She slipped me a $20 bill under the table. And the bill came to something 14 or 15, Chinese. Wasn't that expensive. So, I mean, I gave him the $20 bill, the waiter, and I said, keep it. I got outside, slapped him. I said, what? She said, don't be such a big shot with my money. So I learned,
One of his most groundbreaking films, 1974's Blazing Saddles, about a black sheriff in a racist Western town.
But I love an engine underneath the comedy that says something. And this one says something about racial prejudice.
Are we awake?
We're not sure. Are we black?
Yes, we are.
Then we're awake. But we're very puzzled.
We found Cleavon Little, who was absolutely, made for the part.
Throw the third switch! Not the third switch!
You write about working on Young Frankenstein with Gene Wilder while you're editing Blazing Saddles.
It's alive!
I had one big fight with Gene. And when he had this idea that he and the monster would sing and dance.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
I said, Gene, I'll film it, and if one person in that screening, one person says it's silly or it's stupid or it's out, one person, he said, deal. We filmed it, putting on a The audience went crazy. And I said, Gene, I apologize. You're absolutely right. It's the funniest thing in the whole movie.
I love the way you write about your relationship with Carl Reiner.
Oh.
The two met in 1950 when Reiner joined Sid Caesar's Your Show of Shows.
Now look, Mr. Hi-Ho.
It was the start of a 70-year friendship and a comedy partnership that brought the world the 2,000-year-old man.
Well, sir, I would like to know about one particular lady, Marie Antoinette. She's always fascinating.
What a cutie.
To make Carl laugh was he was tough.
Take a look at the tag. Read the tag. Read it to the people.
This suit is 100 years old.
That's what it is.
How great, though, to be remembered as someone who makes people laugh.
Well, it's a good job.
Mel, thank you. This is so much fun to talk to you.
George, this was a pleasure. Now, I have
Shoot, go for it.
Yeah. I don't get paid for this.